welcome to the BBB Insider. I'm Tierney Chatfield, here with your host, John North.
Hey, Tierney.
Hey, John. Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm really excited about this show.
You are? I am too.
Yeah, because you know how important seniors are to all of us.
Absolutely.
And oftentimes they fall victim to prey, either a less than legitimate business trying to do a less than legitimate service, or flat out being scammed, or some of the things that they need to get police involved in.
You're right.
So we do have a couple of really great guests
we do have
that
some
are joining
great
us
guests.
today. Do you want to go ahead and give them a try?
I'm going to do it.
All right.
You think I can do it?
You've been practicing this
I've been practicing.
We have really challenged Tierney.
Here I go. All right, our guests today are Bernard Dalichau from Lavender Home Care Solutions and Chris Pawelski from the Miami Valley Crime Association. Hi, Chris.
Hi.
Bernard.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. And yourself?
Good. Welcome.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, we're excited to have you here today. The Better Business Bureau, you know, is charged with trying to create a fair and ethical marketplace. And we are oftentimes challenged because of the scam artists or businesses that are trying to do less than a legitimate service here in town. So we're excited to have both of you here and talk a little bit about your business and what's going on, because your Better Business Bureau can't do this alone. Now, Tierney oftentimes thinks that she can do a lot on her own, and she does handle a great many things. How did she get those names, by the way? Was that okay? I mean, did she pronounce those names?
Oh, perfectly.
Did I do
Did
okay?
she?
Perfect. The
All
name
right.
was good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay,
Rolled off
good.
the tongue.
Yeah, that's well, she'd been practicing for the last
I've been
day and a
practicing
half
for the last 2
on
weeks.
those names. And I had intentionally told her how to mispronounce those names, and she thought
Yeah,
those were
you
legitimate.
really set me up.
So she had 3 minutes before the cameras turned on to
Off
actually
on the
get
right
those
foot.
names
To
right.
figure it out.
Yeah, but you did well. You did
Thank
really
you
well.
very much. I appreciate that
Yeah.
coming from you.
So why don't we get into the show, though?
Why don't we?
Because this is an important show.
Yes, go
right?
for it.
Seniors love the Better Business Bureau.
Yes,
and count
they
on
do,
us
and
to
we love
keep them
them.
informed. So,
Good.
yeah. So Bernard, let's talk a little bit with you. First of all, let's talk about your legitimate business. You know, what do you do here in the community? Tell us a little bit about Lavender.
Well, Lavender Home Care Solutions is a non-medical in-home care providing services to seniors 65 and up, both with the area agency and through private pay. We started 2 years ago, actually 2 years ago, just a week ago, was our 2-year anniversary. And it was started to be able to provide a family atmosphere and a service that could benefit and improve quality of life for the seniors in Dayton and the surrounding area. The name Lavender actually came from my mother, which she loves, the scent of lavender. And the actual scent of lavender actually is a calming scent. And we find that a lot of people, when they hear lavender, it calms them and they feel more comfortable with the services that they're going to provide. And then it's not that medical, but more of a personal care and more of a personal extra set of hands.
Okay, well, that's great. And as the population grows, I'm sure it's a growing need for this kind of service.
Almost 10,000 people per day are turning 65 every single day. And those numbers are going through the roof at this point. They call it the silver tsunami in some places. Of that population turning 65 and the help that they're going to need, both from agencies like myself, as well as rehab centers, senior centers, and also senior living independent and assisted. So it's a really important service to take care of this population that we have, which is coming up to the point where they're going to need some help.
All right. Tell us a little bit about how an individual needing your service or an individual needing your service for a family member, what are some of the things that they should be doing their research on before choosing a provider?
The most important thing when choosing a provider is insurance and bonding. I mean, do they have the insurance and bonding to back up any sort of failure that may come up? I mean, and we're dealing with people. We're not perfect. We're not 100% perfect. We're dealing with care, and for each person, the care is different. The insurance and bonding is a very important thing. The other side of things is the background checks, both in-state as well as 50-state background checks, CPR certification for caregivers, and for us, we'd go the little bit of an extra mile, which is the pre-employment drug test. And we find that to be very important because I want people that go into my clients' homes to do the care. I don't want them to have bad backgrounds. We're non-regulated, so I have to do a little bit of an extra step to make sure that who we send in the home is up to par for those people, because I want them also to be able to take care of my family members if that were the case. So, you know, we're a very family-oriented business, and we try to do that.
You talk about non-medical care. Can you give us some examples of what your staff services are?
Oh yeah. Non-medical care is respite care, which is giving family members who are full-time caregivers, which is a very big deal actually at this point, giving them the time off that they deserve to recharge their batteries, and then when they can come back, they can be a better caregiver for the family member. We also do transportation. We're also doing medication reminders, which is just reminding seniors on a daily basis the medication that they need to take so that they take it on time and we don't have any hospitalizations or undue hospitalizations. As well, we're doing personal care such as bathing, such as changing, those types of personal types of situations, as well as just basic homemaking, which is again the extra set of hands of maybe going and shopping or cleaning the house, vacuuming, cleaning the dishes, the kitchen. As time goes on, those are the things that start to lag, and that's where non-medical care really comes in to be very important to lengthen the quality of life, actually make the quality of life better, but also lengthen the time that they can stay in their home.
Okay. Lots of organizations out there, lots of great organizations
Yeah.
out there providing this service. Obviously a growing need because of an aging population, so
Right.
plenty of work for a lot of people. But there are also businesses out there that are doing less than a legitimate service, and obviously we're not going to name any names, but what are some things that seniors or caregivers should watch out for in your particular industry that might say, you know what, maybe I'm getting taken advantage of?
They should watch out with, again, the professionalism of the business. I mean, do they have stopgaps that are put in place to make sure that the care that is being provided is consistent and also changing with the seniors' age as they're becoming older? You want to be with a professional company that, like I said before, has the background checks, has the drug tests, and these are things that you can ask for as a consumer and say, are you performing these? And the person coming in my home, do they have a drug test? And could I see that negative drug test? Could I see that they are passing these things? There is a lot of senior abuse out there, and there's a lot of seniors that are being taken advantage of and not receiving the care that they deserve.
Okay, all right. So this is a family-owned business for you?
This is a family, well, it's a locally owned family-run business.
Okay.
And my mother also works with me in the office, which is great, and I love having her. And we also have our therapy dog, Bobsy, which is there as well, and the dog is always in the office. We take the dog around to the different communities that we can go to. And we really just instill that, our tagline to everybody, which is a caring heart for all families. And that's what we try to do every single day.
Okay, that's great. And you are a BBB accredited business.
We are.
And what does that mean to you?
That actually allows us to our clients to say that we're a BBB accredited business is a confirmation that we're actually going through certain stopgaps and being checked by other people to make sure that we are keeping a level of quality that we can pass on to our clients. And that's the basic side, but the Better Business Bureau, as a solid name in the industry, both in the country as well, we are very pleased to be associated with the Better Business Bureau.
Okay. Well, we're proud to stand with you for trust and ethics in this marketplace. And one of the things that we mentioned when we opened the show, and a lot of shows that we have here, is about scams that are going on. And seniors are particularly vulnerable to scams and oftentimes seen as an easy target. What are some scams? We talked about less than legitimate services going on in your industry. What are some scams that you see seniors falling for, especially as it might relate to your industry?
I think the biggest scam is money, personal money being given. They feel and they want people to take care of them. And some of these non-legitimate companies or even non-legitimate private caregivers, which there are a few of them out there, will actually take money from these seniors. And that's probably the biggest thing that we hear about and that we see in the industry is the money and also the lack of care, them just not receiving the care that they deserve, which is definitely a pity, and that could lead to weight loss, that could lead to hospitalization and even death in some cases. And that's one thing we do not want.
Well, Bernard, we appreciate you and your family taking on this mantle here in the community. I've known you for a couple of years since you came back here. I know your family's traveled around a lot, but have come home to Dayton,
True.
and we certainly appreciate you setting up this business. And we're not done with you, but we do have another guest we're going to get to and bring him in on the conversation, and then the four of us can just sit and chat. You're being awful quiet over there.
I'm
Is
paying
that your typical
attention.
role?
I'm paying
Okay, so
attention.
you've got
She's
some
waiting till the end.
backup questions?
Right.
All
Yes,
right,
exactly.
All right. Well,